Wargames Illustrated readers were given a preview of the star attraction from this set when we gave away a free Epic American Civil War sprue with the January 2020 issue of the magazine, and now the full starter set is on the verge of release. The first thing to note is that this isn't the nice shiny Peter Dennis illustrated box customers will be receiving, but the contents are the same, so let's take a look at what's inside. Top of the pile we've got a sheet of flags and a rules booklet. The booklet provides a brief overview of the history of the Civil War, followed by a quick guide to the forces involved and some notes on uniforms and flags. Although epic battles are intended to be played using black powder, the rules section of the guide provides some Civil War specific rules which add some unique ACW flavour to your battles. Most of these optional rules are taken from the black powder supplement Glory Hallelujah and include things like special rules for terrain and cover, cavalry, passage of lines and, of course, the Rebel Yell. There is an epic battle specific note, or rather suggestion, for converting black powder measurements to centimetres or using half measures. This section concludes with some special rules for famous generals. The rest of the book contains 5 scenarios: Greenbrier River, Wilson's Creek, Salem Church and Gettysburg, Day 1 and 2. Back in the box, and we now have a flat pack Sarissa Precision MDF 15mm scale farmhouse and fence set to start your tabletop buildings collection, and a generous number of paper flags to cut out and wrap around the poles of your standard bearers. There's an A5 size version of the black powder rulebook, ostensibly the rules for your tabletop battles, unless you choose to use one of the numerous other ACW rule sets on the market. Lastly, we're on to the models themselves, beginning with the not so interesting but essential bases, which are riddled with holes to receive the plug-in figures. There are 24 sprues of figures in total, 12 blue Union frames and 12 grey Confederate ones. The colour coding means you can play without taking a brush to your figures, if you can allow yourself that level of casuality. The different colour coding is genuinely a good idea though, because you can play a few games of Epic ACW to see if you like it without committing to painting over 2,000 figures. Other than the colour, each frame is identical and contains 100 infantry figures in stands or lines of 10, with an additional commander and artillery piece. Considering their size, the figures are very well detailed, and although it could be argued that there are too few kepis for the Union and too many beards, you would be hard pressed to find better generic American Civil War figures. When these models were seen for the first time in the January 2021 issue of Wargames Illustrated, there was much talk about the exact size of the figures. I think most people have reached some closure on that issue now, but just in case you haven't, from the bottom of the boot to the top of the soldier's hat, the figures are 15mm high, and the main infantry bases are 60 by 20mm. The March issue of Wargames Illustrated featured some comparison shots with Callistra 12mm figures if you're interested. So there you have the Epic Battles American Civil War starter set, weighing in at £90 or $120 US. It's a daring new scale move for Warlord Games, but judging by the amount of attention and pre-orders the Epic ACW has received, helped in no small way by the quality of the models, it seems to have paid off. And this is just the beginning for Epic ACW, with Zouaves, Cavalry, Iron Brigade and more on the way. This video has been brought to you by WI Prime, Wargames Illustrated magazine's online members club. View more videos or find out more about WI Prime by following these links.